Hey there, welcome to day 223 of the Get Your Goals Annual Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we are talking about, on the soaP framework today, the P in the soaP framework, which stands for progress. How do you know you're making progress on the goal or the improvement area? In this instance, we picked an area of communication that we want to improve. We've done the S, the O, the A, and today we're talking about the P, progress. Yesterday we took action, and today we're asking ourselves, did that action work? Do we need to do more of it? Do we need to try something else, etc.? So how do we go about knowing if the action that we've taken is making progress? How do we know if we're moving toward what we want away from what we don't want? Well, I am using the example of texting, improving my texting ability for one-on-one communication, for real-time, quick communication and interactions with other human beings. And so I did some research because the action item I picked was do some research into different apps and different ways to make your communication, your especially texting or a substitute for texting, better. Now, I have previously used and still continue to use an app called Voxer. It's a walkie-talkie app. So for somebody like me with vision challenges, somebody sends me a message, I listen to the message, they just quick record a message, I listen to the message, I push the button, and I can respond immediately through voice. I don't have to text. So there's a lot more information conveyed when I'm communicating through Voxer, through voice, than if I'm trying to text and I make typos and mistakes. I shared in Guide 17 today an example, I think the guy's name was John, I can't remember, of applying this to the specific example that I'm using, and in this case, one-on-one texting, and different ways we could measure that. How do we know? Well, we can check with the clarity and the understanding. Is the message that we're sending and the one that people are receiving in my texts, meeting the clear, is it clear, and are they understanding the intent, the reason that I sent the message, or what I want them to do because of the message? Is my response time and engagement, are they responding in a relevant time? Am I responding in a quick time or not? Reduced revisions. Do I have to? And that's one of my biggest frustrations is every text message I currently, hopefully it's changing, write, it's never right the first time. And usually I have to redo sometimes every word in the text message, which isn't very efficient. And then, am I getting feedback on my texting? Right now, I get more negative feedback than positive feedback on my texting from people that I am close to that I text. Mostly, I just avoid texting because I don't want to struggle with it and I don't want to have misinformation out there. And then finally, is it positively enhancing the relationship or is it negatively impacting my relationship? And that includes my relationship with myself. If I'm getting frustrated every time I have to send a text the traditional way, like most everybody else sends text, then that is not working for me. If it's not working for me, it's not going to work for the other people that I'm interacting with, right? So what's our action item today? We are going to verify and look at the results, if we've gotten results already, of the action that we took yesterday. And we're going to decide, do we want to continue doing this? Do we want to stop doing this and try something else? Do we want to look at the lessons that we've learned from the action that we've taken? Or do we want to keep, or do we want to automate that action because it is giving us the results we want already? Any action that we take that's giving us immediate results, like we know today that the action we took yesterday is moving us in the right direction, we probably want to do more of that and then find a way to automate it and make it a part of our life. So for example, there are grammar checking apps. So I have added a grammar checking app to my automatic process of sending a text. I've also added, it's got spell check, but if it'll spell check the wrong word, I think we've all experienced that, whether you have vision challenges or not. But I'm going to also do some things that were recommended, like experiment with different styles and different ways of communicating, making sure my message is clear. And I am still exploring, can I have an AI or an assistant somehow check my texts before they're sent and do it in real time so that it isn't delaying, because the whole point of text is to get your message back and forth across. And I'm also going to continue to research, are there other apps, other ways, and I already started, but using voice to do my text instead of trying to text with my little chubby fingers. So what are we doing today? P, progress. How do we know the P in soaP is progress? How do we know that what we're doing is moving us in the direction we want to go. So let's run over the SOAP framework one more time. And then if you have any questions, ask. SOAP framework. Story. What's my current situation? What's my desired situation or story? We identify that because that creates the gap from between where we are right now and where we want to be. Where we are right now, we're not judging that. It just is what it is. Because everything we've done up until now creates the results we're getting right now. If we want different results, we have to be different. We have to think differently. We have to believe differently. We have to act differently to get different results. O stands for options. Again, we brainstorm the options to get us from where we are to where we want to be and fill that gap. A stands for analyze the options and alternatives and then pick something to act on immediately. We take action, and P stands for progress. How do we know we're moving from where we are to where we want to go? All right, that's it today. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow, and we're going to delve into some more communication goals and communication goal topics. Have a great day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.